Left, right, keep it clean. We're talking soul line dance with the queen. Play trivia, win some money. Ooh, we keep it funny. You don't have to wonder about nothing, 'cause we gon' make it do what it do. What it do. Ready, so ready. Now we're just waiting on you to talk. Soul line dance with the queen. Talk soul line dance. Hey, talk soul line dance with the queen. Talk soul line dance. Hey, talk soul line dance. Let's talk soul line dance. Here we go. Talk, come on, come on. Here we go. Line dance. Here we go. Talk, come on, come on. Here we go. Line dance.
Hey, let's talk soul line dance. How are y'all doing? So glad that you decided to join us tonight. Thank you. We see everyone coming in. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Let's Talk Soul Line Dance.com, if you're on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know that we don't look like Queen Sheila. We don't look like Mr. Charles, but I am Queen Sheila's daughter, and I go by the name of Natasha Cash.
And I'm T-Dub in the building.
And we are super excited to have a very special guest on the show with us today. So make sure you stay tuned and stay locked, because we are going to have a good time. Now, before we get started, we want to make sure that you like, you share, and you subscribe via Facebook or YouTube to Let's Talk Soul Line Dance, so you can get notified when the show goes live. And while you're at it, if you want the show to continue, it takes money to do that. So we want to make sure you have the Cash App or Zelle information that is on your screen, so that you can support the Let's Talk Soul Line Dance community and podcast. We sure appreciate you so much, and I know my mom thanks you. I know she's watching. She's paying attention, y'all. So shout out to Queen Sheila for being in the building, being in the chat. We send our love, our kisses to her, and we can't wait for her to get back so that she can get back to doing what she loves to do, and that is hosting her podcast. So we're gonna jump right into it. But before we do that, I want to make sure my husband has an opportunity to introduce himself, because I'll talk and take over.
No, I like for you to take over, because you do your thing. You're a professional at this.
Thank you very much.
I'm just a co-host.
Oh, you the Coco.
Yeah,
You the Coco.
Call
him the Coco host. So, listen, we're going to bring our special guest onto the platform with us and let her introduce herself, tell you all about her. I reached out to her because I saw that she was from Baltimore, Maryland. Big ups to the Marylanders in the house. Those Maryland crabs. I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. My family lives in Maryland, so I'm super excited to have her on the show so we can talk about that as well. But ladies and gentlemen, please do us a favor and help us welcome to the show Miss Tirsa Thomas.
Baltimore in the house.
Baltimore in the house.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I am wonderful. It's funny, probably 2 or 3 days ago, I had done some teaching for line dance, and then, talking loud, my voice got a little raspy, and I was like, oh, this is going to be horrible for the show.
It's all
on
good.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I have my tea here with me today, hopefully to help me so that it's not too bad. Yeah.
Well, you sound beautiful to us.
Oh, thank you.
You sound great.
You so much. Yeah.
You're very welcome. All right, so we're going to start at the top of the show, and the very first thing that we do is we send a very happy birthday to the celebrants for the month. And of course, this is April, so we want to send a very special shout out to all our April birthday celebrants. Actually, my mom's birthday, Queen Sheila, her birthday is April the 11th, so she just celebrated her birthday last week, as well as our co-host, Mr. Charles. His birthday is coming up in about 2 weeks. So When is your birthday?
Oh, my birthday is in October.
October? Oh.
Yes. Yeah, October. Hey.
I won't hold it against y'all. I'll let y'all have that one. Y'all can have it. But I'm just saying, July birthdays rock. I just want to put that out there. I'm just, I ain't want to brag. It's fact.
I'm with your husband on this one.
I can't get no love. I can't get no support.
Yeah, normally when we hear something like B More or DC or something, she'd be like, whoop. So I'm going to say, whoop to October.
Fine, 2 against 1. I'll let y'all have it. I'll let y'all have it. All right. So not to put you on the spot, but we have to ask you to sing happy birthday to our April celebrants for us.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm gonna apologize now for how horrible this is gonna sound.
That's okay. We got you.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Happy birthday to ya.
Come on.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Oh, that was so bad.
That was awesome.
Glad we recorded it.
This is being recorded and people can play the
Yeah.
That was so awesome. That was good. Thank you so much. And I'm sure that the April birthday celebrants are thanking you as well.
Yes. No, happy birthday. So I have several friends who have birthdays in April. So happy birthday to everyone.
Okay.
Whose birthday is in April. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So let's jump right into it. So I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how you know Queen Sheila, how you got into line dancing. Just start us off.
Oh, this is an interesting story. So I'll start with how I got into line dancing, which will lead me up to how I actually met your mother, Queen Sheila. I started line dance probably about 12 or 13 years ago with April Johnson, who is a really good friend of mine. She is who I dance with now. She was one of my first teachers. So I've been dancing with her for a while. She and a really, really good friend of mine, she's like my sister, Carlithia Umoja, who some of you may know because she has some popular line dances out from back in the day. They put a dance out called Call It Funky. And they decided to gather a bunch of people who were not popular. Nobody really knew them. They taught us this really intricate dance and we showcased it here in Baltimore. And that was probably the first time where it kind of clicked for me that I think I like this. I really think I like line dance. And I didn't know it was all of this because, you just had like electric slide and things like that.
Right.
When I saw that and I saw how many people were there at the showcase, it was amazing. It was like a bunch of nerves, number one, because you don't want to mess up the steps. But it was like eye-opening for me. And it went from there. I was kind of on and off because my sons were young at the time. But it's been maybe about, I want to say the past 7 years or so that I've been consistent with line dancing.
Nice.
And it just kind of skyrocketed from there. Fast forward, again, 5-6 years. I began to line dance with Randy Dennis, who you all had on your podcast. Maybe about 6 months ago, and he actually gave a shout out in the podcast.
Oh, nice!
Shout out to Randy Dennis.
Okay.
Shout out to my crew at the league. He's who I line dance with now, and we found out about the line dance events and found out about UC Star Awards, and I believe my first year going, which was 2023, when I met your mother. We were at UC. I believe this was the brunch on Sunday. And everybody knows that you could have one song and 7 dances to the one song.
Yes.
And they were on the floor and they were doing one dance. And I said, that's not the dance I know. So I was off to the side with my crew and we were doing another dance. And then people started joining in and I'm calling the steps for everyone. And your mother saw me calling the steps and she says, what's your name? I told her my name. She says, I want you to be on my podcast. And I said, okay.
That sounds like her.
And it just went from there. So, that was how I actually met your mother. And, at UC, there are 1,000 people. So for her to pinpoint me specifically at that point in time, that was amazing. So I do appreciate her for that.
Yeah, she's my mother. What I can tell you about my mom, and I'm blessed to be able to say this. A lot of people are, they don't want to tell their age. They don't want to say. My mom just celebrated her 69th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes. And from the moment I realized what work ethic was, my mom, if work ethic was a representation of someone grinding and getting it done, That's my mom. So, she's always thinking, her wheels are always turning. She's like,
Yeah.
how can I get you on my podcast? How can I do this? How can I do? And I'm like, Mom, she's been retired for 14 years now.
Mhm.
And she's working harder now than she was when she was working for the Postmaster General in DC, so I'm like, yeah, so she always got the wheels turning.
I was really surprised because again, like I said, it's 1,000 people at UC, so many people there, so many teachers,
Right.
and for her to pinpoint me and say, hey,
Yeah,
I saw you teaching that other dance. Like, I want you to be on my podcast. I'm honored that she
Yes.
recognized me and amongst all the people there and asked me to be a part of it. So I really appreciate that.
Well, she is watching and she is listening. So I'm certain that she will probably type something somewhere in the chat for us to see it.
Yeah.
But yes, I appreciate you giving her that shout out and appreciation.
Yes.
She is all about, building up the line dance community. I told her when she transition, I'm gonna make sure I have some line dance shoes in her casket. So get bored, put on your shoes.
No time. And I am definitely sending up prayers for healing. Because we need the older line dancers, people who have been around for so long, to continue to impart that wisdom and to support younger people like me and encourage us to continue promoting line dance and being a part of the line dance community. So we need that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So I'm looking at the chat, and Melva Stennis, she says, thank you for being a part of the chat today, Melva. Melva says, happy birthday to all the April babies. And Ricky Potts, thank you so much for being here. He says, hello to everyone.
Hello.
So we're going to talk about, we're going to ask you about line dance etiquette. To you, what does line dance etiquette mean when you hear that? What is that? How do you showcase line dance etiquette?
That's a good question. So line dance etiquette to me is, I think about a few things. One, I remember what it was like as a new line dancer coming in and not really knowing steps, who's calling what is this thing they're doing. I know I like it, but how do I fit in? And to have people actually say, you can do it.
Right.
Can try, and they'll call the steps for me so that I can try to pick it up, and I'm encouraged by that. I think that was one of the things that really stood out to me, or that I think is important when it comes to line dance etiquette.
Yes.
I know that everybody is not always capable of being able to call the steps. They know how to do the dance, but they may not be able to call the steps.
Right. Yes.
So I know that sometimes that I take that into consideration, but I know there's been, like, it's a hot topic or, a little bit of a debate to say whether new people who don't know the dance should get on the floor or not, or where they should stay if they're getting on the floor.
Yeah.
But I know I appreciate when I was learning, hey, why don't you come try it? It's an easy dance. You can do it. And to have somebody actually call the steps for me, that gave me encouragement. So I appreciate that.
Well, I try to tell people all the time that I'm a songwriter and a singer that loves to dance. But my mom and her line dance group have made line dances to some of my songs, and I have as well. I'm not good at calling out the dances because once I start grooving, you can forget it. You just have to either watch my feet or go back and watch the video later, because once I start getting to, and my mom be like, you have to call it. I'm like, okay, but can you call it while I dance? Like, can you keep my voice? Because no.
I just watch.
Yeah, he's like, that's too many 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. And
I'm a chair dancer. So
Now, listen, you and my husband are alike, because my husband said, I don't want anybody controlling my steps. I want to be able to do what I want to do. Line dancing, he likes watching me, but he does not want to get up and line dance at all.
Yes. He want to do his own thing. He ain't got time for that.
I want to switch it up on my own, and then y'all keep doing y'all same old thing over and over.
Exactly.
That's him. He's like, I can't see how you can do the same thing over and over. I'm like, but it's so much fun to see so many people on the floor at the same time, turning,
Yes.
skipping, whatever you're doing, kickballing chain, or
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah, the synchronization of it is nice when a whole bunch of people are in time, and it's also nice to see people throw their own flavor in it.
Yeah,
and still
Yes, I
be
do
in
like
time.
that too.
that's
Yeah.
true.
So,
Yeah.
but when
Yeah.
people throw their own flavor in it and be off time, then they're like,
Yeah.
your own group.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Whole nother conversation. Yeah, they
Yes.
need to be escorted off the floor. I'm like,
Eh,
well, maybe we'll call you back when we do the easy
Right?
dance.
Maybe I shouldn't be watching him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us about your line dance group. Do you travel? Are you all women? Are you do you have a mix? How is that?
So, like I stated earlier, I primarily dance with
Yes.
Randy Dennis.
Yep.
I dance with April Johnson. Tuesdays and Thursdays we dance. I do have a crew that I dance with, my girls. They already know we get down. We've been dancing together since before COVID. So before the
Okay.
pandemic, we've been we were all in the same class and we kind of just gravitated towards, around one another.
Yes.
And we've been, even during COVID, we would get online. We call it our YouTube University days, where we were,
Okay.
getting online and struggling through, everything around quarantine, but still
Right.
finding a way to make that time for us to dance and spend time together. I don't travel as much as some of the people in my crew. Some
Okay.
of them travel a little bit more. For instance, today I was not able to go to the beginner's bash. But some
Uh-huh.
of them were, and they were just getting, they're just getting back from
Yeah.
they being down there. But my plan is to travel more as more events are coming about. So I believe there's here in Maryland, there's an event in June. BDD has a sneaker ball that they're doing.
Oh, okay.
We are going on the cruise together, so hopefully we get to see everyone there on the cruise. I'm really,
Yes.
really excited about that.
That's awesome.
We plan to go to UC, of course, when it happens in January. So as more events come about, my intention is to do more traveling. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I know they have a good time. When my mom did her line dance symposium this past October, and so many people came from all over the U.S. and traveled to be a part of her symposium. It was just, it was really just amazing for me to sit and watch people of all ages, even different ethnicities, come together and just be on the floor, just having a good time. We didn't have to worry about looking over our shoulder to see if somebody was going to come in and rob or case the joint or shoot and fight and do all this crazy stuff that's going on in the world. It was just really awesome to see a bunch of grown folks come together to do something that they enjoy and love doing. I just thought that was just fantastic.
Yes, and I think that was also one of the things, and we're speaking about etiquette. One of the things that I do appreciate about the line dance community, whenever we get together, at least all of the events that I've been to, that's one of the things that I definitely appreciate about everybody coming together, even though we're doing the same steps, the same moves.
Uh-oh, got some freezing going on. There we go.
Okay, we're good.
Yep, I think we're good. Okay, go ahead.
No. There's never been a time where I felt like you said, where I've had to look over my shoulder or felt uncomfortable. We've always had a good time, which is why, again, like I said, I plan to do hopefully more traveling with my crew this year and next year in line dance events. So I can say I definitely appreciate that about the line dance community.
Yes, absolutely.
And being a part of it,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. And then, like you said, when you see 500, 600, 700 people, 800 people, 1,000 people get together.
Yes.
And it's all just a good time. It's really,
a good time.
Like, I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So a few comments in the chat. So Melva put a comment in the chat. She said, "Continued prayers for the Queen." Thank you for the prayers from my mom. And then Carla said, "Hey."
Hey.
Gilbert Evans said, "Good evening, everyone." And then Sylvia Riley said, "Hey," as well. So welcome to the chat. We want to make sure that you continue to put your comments in. If you have questions, please make sure you type those into the chat. And don't forget, you have to pay attention because we are going to have some trivia at the end. So we want to make sure everybody is paying attention to the conversation.
Yes.
I don't know, it might be a little treat in there at the end of this. So pay attention to the conversation so you can maybe, win a little something, a little prize at the end.
Exactly.
All right. So do you have a question?
So what is your I would say what is one of your biggest challenges to staying in the midst of line dancing?
I think one of the biggest challenges is probably learning all the dances because there's so many new dances put out every week.
Yes.
I know as I've been dancing more with Randy, he's been stating that, he just can't keep up with all of the dances. So we kind of tag team.
Yes.
We learn some stuff. I'll learn some stuff. He'll teach some stuff. I'll teach some stuff. And similar with April, when I'm dancing with her, it's funny. She calls me feet on the back wall. And my crew understands. So feet on the back wall. So if she's in the front of the room teaching, dances, because it's line dance, you got 4 walls. By the time you get to the back wall, everybody pretends like they don't know what's happening on the back wall. It's the same dance, but sometimes you just need to see the person there to feel comfortable. So I'm usually feet on the back wall. So Teresa, I'll go ahead and take the back. She'll take the front. And we'll tag team it so that everybody can learn. But
awesome.
Learning all of the new dances because there's so many that are put out every week. That's probably the biggest challenge I see.
Yes.
Sometimes we just can't keep up with it.
Which is why they had the beginner's ball so that they get
exactly. And I wish I would have been able to go, but April went. Like I said, a few people from my crew, they were able to go. So hopefully they bring some wonderful dances back for us to do.
Yes.
And that they had a good time. I'm quite sure they had a great time.
I'm sure they did because we were talking about it on the podcast last Sunday and everybody was chiming in. I mean, that chat was going crazy talking about we couldn't keep up. I was like, you kept some chat, you kept some comments. It was good. So I know that everybody was excited about going to the beginner's ball. And shout out to Carlos and everyone else that him and his mom for putting on the beginner's ball and everyone that participated. I know that when my mom comes back, I know that's one of the main things she's going to be talking about, that she missed the beginner's ball. So she's going to want to know everything that went on at the beginner's ball. So tell us how do you choose the dances that you like to do? Like, do you just go on YouTube or do you have people that come and bring you dances? Like, how do you find, because like you said, it's dances being put out every week. So how do you find the dances that you love?
So a lot of times I'll listen to the music. If it's music that I like, I'll say, this might be a good one for us to do. Okay. Sometimes I'll talk to like some of the girls on my crew. Hey, what dances have you all seen that you like, so that we can be sure that we're teaching it. Sometimes it's like I said, just Randy saying, Tirsa, I can't teach all of these dances. I need you to help me to break these down. We'll break them down and then we'll tag team. Or I'll come to him and say, hey, these are the ones I've seen. Right. Because I do follow some of probably the more popular teachers on YouTube. And when I see them put dances out, if it's something that I think that we can actually do, then we'll go ahead and teach it. Sometimes I'll throw some surprises in there and they might fight me a little bit, but we're gonna learn this dance because I think it's nice. It's not something that I see a lot of people doing. Yeah. So sometimes we'll do that, but that's for the most part how we go through picking the dances.
Well, let me tell you about how a little something that's funny to me. I just thought of. I will call my mom, or my mom will call me, and I'll say, hey, Mom. And she'll say, how you doing? I'll say, I'm doing good. I'm like, what's up? And she'll say, I forgot why I called you. Right. And I'll just laugh about it. I'm like, okay, well, but give yourself time. You'll remember why you called. But you get on the dance floor. She know all the steps, all the dances, who wrote the song, the lyrics of the song, what you're supposed to wear with the song. I'm like, how you remember all this when it comes to line dancing? But you call me and can't remember what you're supposed to say to me 2 seconds ago. So let me tell you, she loves her line dancing. I laugh at her all the time.
Yes.
She is serious about that line dancing. But whether it's easy dance, and she even knows the dances that have all these different changes and moves. And I'm like, Ma, you be getting it. I'm half her age. I can't keep up with it. I'm like,
she's better than me because I for sure. People say, well, what's the name of that dance? I don't know. I got to go look it up because I can't remember the name of the dance.
Right.
I can't remember. It's not until I hear the music sometimes that I even remember. Oh, I think I know this one, and I'll get on the floor to do it. And that's funny because that's actually how I got to the point. And I would say that I'm a line dance instructor, although I don't teach my own classes, but I'm kind of like how it even came to be that was again back in the day when I would dance with April, we would go to like these events, and I would get on the floor and I was a newbie and I'm watching these people and I'm trying to, like, I know I went to class, I know she told me this dance, but I can't remember what I'm supposed to do because I'm watching people's feet. And then I said, well, I have to find another way to do this because I get on the floor and I'm just stumbling and getting in the way. People are trying to dance and I'm just getting in the way. Right. So I started calling the steps out to myself. And the more I started calling the steps out to myself, people would hear me and they begin to gravitate towards me. They would come stand directly beside me because they hear me calling the steps. Right. And we were able to make it through. Right. And exactly. Undercover line is undercover instructor. And it grew from there. Yeah. And now everywhere I go, I'm calling the steps, but a part of it is because I've just learned so many dances over the years and all starts to be together. So I'm calling so I can remember what I'm supposed to do.
Right. And other people are just
hear me and they gravitate towards me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's how it grew.
But you can train yourself to be able to do the dances and call out the steps before the actual step happens. That's awesome.
And watch people that's doing it wrong and continue to stay on track.
Exactly.
Yes. That is the main. That's probably one of the main reasons because, like you said, you get out on the floor and somebody's doing it like they're doing the wrong thing, and then I'm watching them and I do the wrong thing, and then somebody's watching me and they do the wrong thing. So I had to call the steps, so no matter what everybody else is doing, I know this is what I'm supposed to do.
That's right.
And that's how it just kind of grew from that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so let's go to the chat. So Angela Brown says, too many new dances. I choose the ones I want to learn. I love it. I'm with you, Angela. And you know what? Just on that point alone, the music is so important. If somebody makes a dance, the dance may be nice, but if the music ain't hitting, I just can't get with it. I have to be able to feel the music. It has to be a song that is like it. And then I'm like, okay, now I can do that. I can do the dance because I want to hear that song over and over again. But if the song ain't hitting on nothing, I'm out.
You know what? And not only that, but I think for me, it's also when I'm watching people dance. So one of the things that I really appreciate, again, about April, she has so much energy, and to watch her, again, just put this much energy into learning to dance, it made me say, I want to learn how to do this.
Right.
So now when I dance, that's what I try to give, because when people see the dance, whether it's a simple beginner's dance or the most intricate dance, I want people to say, oh, I want to learn it because I love watching you do this dance.
Right.
I try to give as much energy as I possibly can to doing the dances. And it's drawing people in, We dance every Wednesday at Crafty Crab. Yeah, we in from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, we dance. And because it's a restaurant / bar, there's so many people that come in and they see us. And sometimes I feel like we're putting on a show for people, but then sometimes we feel encouraged to actually come out on the floor. And again, this is where I come in and I'm calling the steps and they feel like, oh, like I really can do this. This really wasn't as bad. Where do you all where do you all teach dances? Because I want to come now. So it's a way that we're actually advertising what it is and drawing more people in. So
absolutely, that's awesome
for them to see me and to see my friends and to see us out there just having a good time and like really, really vibing together. To again, it could be the simplest dance, 4 steps, but for them to see us having a good time it makes them want to come in and dance. And
Absolutely.
again, that's what I think line dance should be. Like when people see it, they feel good about it and they feel like they can be encouraged to do it. So
definitely. All right. So in the chat, so my mom chimed in and she says, I tell my class to learn the dance for themselves. However, so I guess whatever way becomes the easiest way for you to grasp the steps. And because she get on me all the time, so when I go to her class and teach a dance, I'm like, right foot and left foot. She's like, no, you gotta count and 1 and 2. And I'm like, oh Lord, my bad. So now I gotta learn how to count. They be laughing. I'm like, listen, that's why I'm a singer and a performer, and she's a dancer. I'm like, she said, you can't do it like that. In order for you to learn it, you gotta come. I'm like, okay, Mom, I got it, Mama, I got it. But that's very important. I realized that, even though she's saying it, and I'm like, I don't understand. But once I started doing it, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I get it. You do have to kind of count, call it out so that it becomes, so you understand how the dance actually goes and why the dance goes the way it goes. So I think the counting part is very important. Calling it out is very important too. So
and something I think has also helped is now, like back in the day, songs were just not as intricate as they are now.
Right.
There's so many new line dance teachers now or instructors who put out dances, and they make these dances that are so intricate to the rhythm of the song. So sometimes it's not being able to count it out. Sometimes it's being able to call the steps based on the rhythm that the instructor made it to the song. Nice. So that's something that I've also learned how to do in the process of trying to call out the steps for a dance or to teach a dance, to call it based on the rhythm so that they understand how to do the dance with the rhythm of the song.
Yes.
And sometimes you can put a count to it, and then sometimes you can't. So I think that has helped. So many people who feel like, oh, the dance is just way too hard, and they don't want to leave the beginner's class and come to the, intermediate or advanced dance, do intermediate or advanced classes.
Right.
If we see that we're calling the steps and we're taking our time with them, and they can learn it based on the rhythm of the dance, it makes them feel more comfortable. And it's helped. It's definitely helped. And they've come to me afterwards to say, you know what, I thought that dance was just way too hard, but the way you called it helped me to be able to get it. And now I can go back and practice, and I feel comfortable doing it. So that was something that, again, I've just learned how to do over the years.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah. Well, I have a 2-part question. So, do you create your own dances?
I have not created my own dance. My hope is to do that at some point this year. But there's just so many people who put out so many amazing dances all the time. It's like an ocean full of dances and just throwing dances out. It's like, do I really want to get caught up in the midst of it? And sometimes, you hear a song and you'll say, oh, I could do a dance to that. But then it's already 3 dances to it. So I need to add a 4th dance to to that song. So no dances yet.
Okay. So my second part, being that you don't create. So when you actually are under an instructor that they basically created the dance, then you go to YouTube and you see someone else doing that same dance but not giving that instructor credit. How do you feel?
I don't think that it's the best thing to do. I think that credit for sure should be given to the instructors. One thing that kind of stood out to me, and I'll say this: when we were in quarantine and we were learning dances on YouTube, and so many instructors were hosting classes, and we would go. I can remember going to the A-Team in Florida. Like I remember going to their class one time, and they did. I think it was Mars Needs Women, which is, again, one of my best friends. She's like my sister. It's her dance. And I remember them giving her the credit for that. And I appreciated that, because when somebody takes the time to choreograph a dance and to record it and put it on YouTube, or for Mars Needs Women, this was so long ago that there may not even be an official instructional, not the way that we have them now.
Yeah.
For them to have learned it and then to give her credit for that, I appreciate that, and I think that that's what should be done. Yeah,
absolutely. I happen to be flipping through. So I have a song that we created a line dance for, and it's called "I Like the Way You Move."
Mhm.
And I happened to be flipping through YouTube one day, so I'm a YouTube junkie. So I'm flipping through YouTube, and I see "I Like the Way You Move" by Natasha Cash, but I see this lady who has on, like, I want to say, like, a workout clothes, and
Mhm.
I'm like, who is this lady? You know, and why is my song? You know, my name is up there, my song, the name of my song, and I'm like, oh wow. So I click on it, and the lady starts off the video by saying the name of my song, my name, how to find me on YouTube, how to get the song, and gave me a shout out. And by the time I saw the video, it was like thousands of people had already seen it. And I'm like, I had never even seen it, but I was like, oh my God, you know, it made me feel really good that she even, first of all, wanted to do my song, wanted to do aerobics to my song. And then secondly, she made sure she gave me credit and gave me a shout out that it's my song, my dance, and how to find me and get, you know, more music or whatever. I thought that was so fantastic. I had to send her a message and tell her thank you, but you are so right. It's so many dances, so many instructors, so many opportunities for everybody. That we don't have to be crabs in a bucket. You know, there are so many platforms and space for all of us to be creative and to give honor where honor is due, and to give acknowledgement where acknowledgement is due. And I think that karma does nothing but come back to you in a very awesome way.
Exactly.
And I think it's so necessary, you know, especially and not that white people don't line dance and Asian people don't line dance and Spanish people don't. Everybody line dances, but I think in the Black community we suffer from trying to push each other down and not give a hand up. But I just love watching line dancers come together and say, oh my gosh, that's Queen Sheila's dancing. Oh my God, that's April's dancing. Oh my goodness, that's Ricky's Potts dancing. Oh my God, that's whoever's dancing. I love it. And I think that the more we show that and the more that we do that, it will begin to just take root in other areas of our lives and our relationships. And I just love it. I think that that's so important.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree with you. I think that like what does it take from you to now give credit to the person who created the dance, or use their music, and like I said, not only that, if I hear a song that I like and I've seen that there are one or two dances to it already, what does it hurt me, even if I think it's a great song and I can put a dance to it, what does it hurt me to big up the other people who have put dances to the songs already, and I think that, similar to what you're saying, we don't have to have the crabs in the barrel mentality where now it's a competition where whose dance is better, my dance is better than hers, or we're only going to do this one person. We don't have to do that. So like I said, if I see a dance that I like, I hear a song that I like and I see that it's already 2 or 3 dance, even if it's just one dance to it, if I like the dance, I'm going to say, hey y'all, like, let's do this dance because I love this song.
Exactly.
This is a really nice dance. And we'll give credit where credit is due. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so just a couple of comments in the chat. So my mom says you are an undercover instructor.
Yeah.
And let's see. Lisa said, let's show her comment. Lisa said, absolutely, all of the above. I gotta feel the beat. So I think she was referring to when we're talking about the song and how you choose the song that you love. Gotta feel the beat. You gotta feel it. Gwen Jackson says, good evening, everyone. Walter Davis says, what's in that cup, T?
Tea, yes, because my voice is so raspy right now. Yeah, it's tea.
Oh, you have tea. Okay, yes, you have tea.
She has tea. But we have. Do you want to tell them what we're drinking?
Well, this is actually nettle tea with ginger and lemon. Yes.
Nettle tea with ginger and lemon. And let me tell you, the health benefits, it will clear your mind if you good Lord. So
now I saw those red cups and I thought it was something else,
No, we can drink this and keep swallowing and
no.
We don't have to take sips.
No. We're not going. You gonna hear us over here slurring our speech and eyes rolling back in our head? No, we good.
By the end of the podcast, they were laid back.
Yeah. It got real different. No, it's just some nettle tea with what is it? The
ginger.
Ginger. Little
So
bit
I'm
of
not
ginger.
alone drinking tea. I'm not alone.
No,
Yeah.
you are not alone.
Yeah.
Gilbert Evans says, I advise my folks to do what they see so they're
Mhm.
comfortable with what their feet are doing, then upgrade to the formal way the dance is done. Be comfortable with the steps. That's
Exactly.
another thing, too. I like
Yeah.
being able to watch people do the modified version of a dance.
Yeah.
You know, for people that are in a wheelchair or maybe
Mhm.
have some issues with their knees or their hips, to be able to share a modified version for people to still be included
Exactly.
in those dances. I think that's awesome too.
Yeah. No. So I think it's funny because when I first started going to Randy Dennis's class, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, he would teach, and his class is a fairly large size, maybe 30, 40 people. And if you're the instructor and you're in the front of the class, you can't see the new people who come in and they go hide in the back, and they're
Yeah,
not really picking up the steps, and they're not really going to say, hey, I didn't get that.
right.
So I would kind of stand in the back of the class, and because I was able to pick up the dances fairly easily, I would see that they would struggle. So if there was a step that they were doing, and I'm seeing that they're just not catching it, I would try to modify for them, because one of the things that I think is something that we should be mindful of with beginner dancers, is one, they're just not going to say I didn't get that, because they don't want to put themselves out there to say that they
Right.
can learn it.
Right.
But they want to enjoy it, and they become so frustrated because it's like, why am I not getting it? Everybody else is getting it, and I just haven't picked it up. So if there's a way to modify for them so that they can still do the dance and enjoy themselves, and like you said, as they continue to come to class and they begin to learn more and they learn what steps are being called,
Yes.
they can then pick up the proper steps. But the goal is for them to enjoy it. And sometimes
Absolutely.
it becomes frustrating if you've been coming for a few weeks, you still haven't picked it up, and people will give up. So again, like I said, what I started doing was just modifying the dances for them so that they could just pick it up.
Pick it up.
Turns would kill people.
Yes.
Turn would kill people. A 3/4 turn. What wall am I supposed to be on? They would become so frustrated. So, if there's a way to modify it so that you don't have to do the 3/4 turn, or if we're doing a full turn and you're going to be right back in the same space,
Right.
All you have to do is this thing.
Right.
And once they saw that, they begin to feel more comfortable. Like, oh, I got it. Like, I can enjoy the dance now.
Right.
So I agree with that. Listen, learn it. If you have to modify so you can enjoy it, do that. The goal is that you feel comfortable and
feel comfortable. Yes.
Yes.
Well, let me say this. That's how I felt when the Tamia dance came out. When everybody in the whole wide world was doing the dance, I'm like, okay, I got this part right here. But when y'all start doing the turn, no, you're supposed to be facing that wall, and I'm on this wall, I'd be like, I'm mad. Okay, so I was determined to learn to do that. I'm like, y'all not gonna, be looking at me crazy trying to figure out why I'm facing the wrong way.
Yes.
And try to, hey, Mr. Charles.
Hello.
How you doing, everybody?
All right.
Good. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Do I look tired?
You do look tired.
Because I am tired.
Great. I think you look great.
You look tired,
Don't
but you
even
look
try
great.
it. Just got off that dang plane, okay?
Yeah.
Gotta put some on you.
That will. We were talking about I was talking about doing the Tamia line dance and how I was struggling with learning how to, when you turn, which way to turn. And so I was so frustrated because everybody was turning the right way and I was turning the wrong way. So I was determined to learn how to turn, when to turn, and which way to turn. When I'm like, now when I hear it, I got it now. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
Yes.
I be doing it now.
Can I give you my 2 cents?
Yes, come on, Mr. Charles.
Yeah. Usually, first of all, you got to say, "Come dance with me." We just saying.
I was listening. I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it. Yes.
They want to say to me, tell you, as a country and western white lady, country and western created that dance back in 2005. But remember, you're going to turn when you're dancing. Look at your right shoulder.
Right.
When you start the dance, you're on that right shoulder, every single right shoulder.
Yes.
When you turn, it's going to be turned.
Okay.
That's
I got it now, Mr. Charles. I needed you about 18 months ago when I was turning left and right and backwards and I just gave up. But now I got it now. So I got you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I will remember
Well, I
that.
know
Right
Teresa
shoulder.
Teresa tell you, it's a short dance. It's not that long.
It's really not that long. It's not that long. And similar to what Mr. Charles was saying, I literally taught the dance today. And what I tell people to do when we get to, as I'm teaching the dance, hey, everybody hold up your right hand. That's the next wall we're turning to. So when everybody holds up their right hand, and what I also know is that if this is a new dance for you, what typically happens is when you get to a new wall, people forget everything they learned on that first wall. You got to teach the dance all over again on the new wall.
Right.
So, but I tell everybody every time, hold up your right hand because that's the new wall that you're turning to.
That's the new wall. And see, all of this is so important for, for people that are just starting out or people that may come to a class for the first time. Because a lot of times, in my experience, people come to line dance class because it's a form of exercise. It's some me time, some, just some therapy. But once you, like you said, Teresa, once you start to learn the dances and get and start to enjoy them, you're like, hey, this is something I really enjoy doing. This is something I really want to do. And you begin to just really want to do more and want to learn more dances. So I think it's really important to, have those little, like Mr. Charles just said, that right shoulder, like you said, hold up your right hand. Like that stuff is so important. And it, even though it's just one little thing, it means a lot to a dance, because when you turn around, if you remember right shoulder, you'll know always turn to your right. But if you didn't tell me that and you was with me 18 months ago, you were like, I'm gonna need you to go to the corner. You need 5 minute timeout because I've been turned every way but the right way. So I appreciate that. That's so true.
Is it Teresa? How you pronounce it?
Teresa.
Okay, that's cool. I never heard that before. Never. I've been around for a while. Now I don't mean to interrupt real quick, but can you tell me a little bit about yourself? I know you already done told the world.
That's okay.
I don't think I know you.
Yes, no, so I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I dance with Randy Dennis, which you had on your podcast maybe about 6 months ago. He's been a great mentor, a great instructor for me. Before him, and I still dance with April Johnson, which y'all may know as Dancing Diva April. She put out Rep and Be More. She put out Impromptu, quite a few dances. Really good friend of mine. I've been dancing with her 2012, 2013, something like that.
April Johnson?
Yes. Now, it used to be April Williams.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Dancing Diva April. Yes.
She was throwing down at the thing. Okay, she's out of control.
That's my dance buddy right there. When she and I get on the floor, we try to match energy and we have a ball.
She got married?
She just got married back in November.
You didn't tell me.
Yes, just got married back in November. Yep. So now it's April Johnson. But everybody knows her on all her social media is Dancing Diva April.
You said Be More.
Quite sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
dancing with them again, probably since 2012, 2013. Not officially a line dance instructor. Queen Sheila put it in the chat. I'm an undercover instructor.
Oh, you heard about that, huh?
I stand in the back, in the background, and I call the stuff for people to try to help them out. And that's kind of how I got to the point of even getting to how I got to the point of even being able to teach dances in class with Randy or April. It started for me just calling the steps for myself first because I would forget what I was supposed to do or get turned around because
that's right.
Not doing the right thing and I mess up.
Yes.
But I wanted to be sure, and then it grew from there because people gravitated towards me because I call the steps. So, yeah.
People know who knows them and who they can. Now, TW and Natasha, how y'all doing? I ain't seen y'all in a week.
Great.
I know, right? We're doing good. It's been a whole week, but we're doing great over here.
Yeah.
I have to tell y'all this real quick, and I'm not going to talk too much about it, but this podcast is getting so big. So many people knew me through the podcast. I mean, people knew me anyway. I'm on the elevator and I have my Mr. Charles hat on, right? And they said, "Are you Mr. Charles?" I said, "No." I said, "Why?" Three of them told me, "We know your voice." Okay. On the podcast.
Yes.
People gave their love for Queen and all that, and I called her for her birthday and all that, but they definitely know the part. This thing is really the last week, y'all. We had over 2,000 views last week.
All right.
Okay. People love good content. People love great conversation, and people love to learn, especially when it's something that they love doing. We talk about, dancing and line dancing and events and stuff, positive things that people can be a part of and be included in. I think it's a beautiful thing. And people are going to go back and watch this video after it's, posted and after they exactly. So people are going to see this for years to come. So I think when you have good content, good conversation, I think it's just
and people love to laugh too. People love to laugh.
Yes,
we laugh on this podcast. We try to find something to laugh. Now they was selling some shirts. I have to show y'all this shirt.
Okay.
Right here. Me and my wife bought me one.
Line Dance University. Come on now.
I like it.
I've been teaching for 16 years. I finally graduated.
Yeah. Line Dance University.
We all in the mall. We danced in the airport. Okay. Nice. I went back. Everybody, I was doing come dance with me. Y'all may say to me, come dance with me. And everybody was watching us. And me and my wife had the shirt on, so people that automatically asks the question, what is that? Line dance.
Right. What is that? Yes.
850 of us. 800.
Wow. That is awesome.
Oh, I guess y'all heard. I don't know if y'all heard. Y'all know about my little camera here?
Uh-oh.
No, what happened?
It's my baby. I've been taking all these pictures, right?
I'm quite sure, yeah.
Well, do I know you? Do I know you, Tara? Have you met you?
No, but you know what? I feel like I know you because I've watched several of the several of the podcasts on YouTube. I feel like I know you.
Yes.
And I know about you and your camera because I remember I watched the podcast this week. And you were saying you for sure were going to be taking pictures. And
lots of pictures.
Yes. Well, let me tell you what happened. I'm sitting up there dancing because I help Carlos do a lot of stuff, right? So I'm thinking he's going to call me up to say thank you because I was vacuuming safe. So he called me up. This is when right in the beginning, hundreds of people out there. And he said, Mr. Charles, he said, you got that camera with you in your pocket. So, I went like this. I pulled it out. He's looking at y'all. He got a little bit of camera. He said, Mr. Charles, take 1,200 pictures with this camera on the cruise. He said, we got to do better than that. So he gave me a camera.
Oh, wow.
For the podcast over, it's still in my bag. I ain't even did nothing on my bag. I just show it to you. It's like, and everybody started clapping. He said, yeah, now you're going to take 1,200 better pictures. I got to get in touch with TW to find out what to do. I can't figure it out.
We got you. We got you. We got you.
All day.
Isn't that how the blessings work?
Yes. We were talking about that with Tirsa. We were talking about that. Just talking about, we were talking about saying earlier about line dance community and just community in general, how you give props to people that create line dances and how all those blessings come back to you when you're such a giver and you're not in it for personal gain, but you're in it to lift up your community and you're in it to be a blessing to other people. It ain't gonna do nothing but come back to you. So look at you didn't go there looking for a brand new camera. You just love to take pictures, and as a result, look at the blessing that you got.
I know, because I'm still tripping. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's right. That's
going to come back.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, I want to read a few comments in the chat. So Gwen Jackson said she said, I can't lie, I go to events and be fangirling real bad.
Yes.
Yvonne says good evening, and then my mom says if your new students leave the class and learn one dance, they will usually come back. It makes them feel good.
100%.
When my mom and I did a line dance to what is it? I Blame You.
Mm-hmm.
I blame you, ooh baby. Listen, that dance right there, my mom always messes with me. She says, "Can't nobody outdance you on I Blame You, honey." So I told her that I fell in love with the song because I'm a lyrics person. If the lyrics have to speak to me in order for me to love the song. So when I heard the song, just all of the lyrics that were in the song by Ledisi made me just think of my husband and just the fact that I say, you know what, I blame you for the reason why I smile and why I'm happy and why I enjoy being in this marriage. And listening to that song just made me say, I called my mom. I said, I want to make a dance to this song. We have to make a dance to this song. And we created a dance and put it on video. And I mean, everybody, I see read the comments. They're like, oh, the one in the red shoes. Shit, ain't nobody out dancing her. The one. And I'm like, I didn't do it to get that sort of attention, but I did it because the lyrics are everything. The lyrics, you learn that dance and I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I love you too.
I love it. I love it. Oh, and the camera.
Look at you.
Exactly.
Don't you show up with that little Canon camera no more. Oh, look at him with a bag. Okay.
I was taking pictures, but I had my lens cap on. I wonder why I was dark.
Yes.
No, that's a blessing. Definitely.
Yes.
And the lady that gave the shirts, she said, well, Mr. Charles, if you stand right here, and I'm not going to tell you how much she gave me, but she gave me some money from standing there taking pictures of the fashion show they had, just standing there. And that's why I told Carlos, the blessings even spread to the blessings.
Yep.
You know, it's just phenomenal. It's just
that's awesome.
Go out there and get a brand new camera. That don't make any. Look at that. That's just that's going to be planted in my mind and in my heart forever.
Yeah. Well, you deserve it. You deserve it because you have a heart that gives. And when you have, I'll tell you a quick story. So when I was a little girl, you know, the ice cream truck used to come around all the time. And, you know, you say, can I have $1? Or you buy, you know, can I have this or whatever? With $1, you could go to the ice cream truck. You could buy a whole bunch of stuff back in the day. So my grandmother would give me, and I was the oldest girl. So my grandmother would give me the money and I would have to share it with my cousins. And so I would put it in my hand, of course, so that I wouldn't drop it. But then when it was time to bring back the change, I was like, oh, well, can I keep it for tomorrow or another day when the ice cream truck comes? And my grandma would tell me, you know, no, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll give you money tomorrow. And so my grandmother told me, she said, I'm going to give you this $1. And she said, I want you to ball it up tight in your hand. So I took the $1, I balled it up tight in my hand. And so she said, I'm going to try to get the $1 out. And I want you to keep me from getting the $1 out of your hand. So she's trying to pull my fingers, and I would not let her get the $1. And she says, that's what happens when you don't give, when you don't open up your heart. And when you don't open up yourself to give, you're holding on to this $1, but you're blocking your blessing for what can come into your hands. She said, I could have been ready to give you $100 bill, a $50 bill, a $20 bill, way more than that $1 you had. But because in your mind, you don't want to let go of that $1 because you think, oh no, this is a lot. You're missing out on the blessings that you really can have. And so that's what it means for us to be givers, to constantly have our hands out, because God will rain down blessings that you won't even have room enough to receive. You didn't go there to the beginner's ball looking to get a new camera and a camera case. You went there to do something that you love. And that was, everybody knows Mr. Charles as the picture taker. He's going to take a lot of pictures and he's going to do it happily with his small Canon camera. But look how God showed up and blessed you with something you weren't even expecting. On top of that, financial blessing for somebody saying to you, I'm going to bless you for even taking pictures. And you weren't there to do it to receive a financial blessing or a material blessing for what you were doing. You did it because that's the heart you have. And that's how God works. Yeah. That's how God works.
I was shocked. She was, you going to pay me? She said, how much you want? I thought, I'll take pictures. I don't Yes. I see over here, Ricky Potts couldn't make it because everybody knows about he buried his sister Saturday. See, Walter was sitting at our table. He calls me, him and my wife call me Mr. Paparazzi. I don't know what they're
I want to read Ray Too Cool's message in the chat. So Ray Too Cool,
my man.
Ray Too Cool is asking, how do you deal, this is a question for Tirsa, how do you deal with all the Texas Hold'em version of the dance? I just pick one I like and do it. I'm also a choreographer. I have met your mom talking to me and have been on her podcast.
Yes,
well, thank you for being on my mom's podcast. But let's talk about the Texas Hold'em. I actually have not even seen the dance yet, so don't judge me. But I have not been on YouTube to watch the dance. However, you know how you see the little shorts and the little reels and stuff? I have seen a lot of those, but I haven't seen the entire dance. But I can say that Ray Too Cool is right. There's like a ton of them out there. So how do you choose which one to do?
We have not chosen which one we're going to do yet. Just being honest, because there are, like you said, there are so many.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that we'll do, and kind of gauging where everybody else is, because they have been asking, well, which version are you going to teach? Specifically, some of the line dance teachers here in Baltimore, they've been asking. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. My husband just walked in. I'm in my living room.
That's all right.
Hey, man.
When my husband came in, he was like, I'm hungry. Where's the food?
He's like, podcast over.
Yeah.
Podcast over.
Yeah, he's like, I just came in from work. I'm hungry. Where's the food? So he just did sign language, like, where's the food? So everything is cooked. I try to prepare ahead of time so that when they come in the house, everything is done.
Come on now.
Yes. Yeah. So, no, but we the line dance teachers in Baltimore have been discussing, hey, which version are you going to teach? Which version are you going to teach? And if you teach that one, then we'll all kind of teach the same thing, so that when we all get together,
right,
it's not all 5 of the dances on the floor at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure which version has been taught. I think we're still trying to sort out which one we're going to do.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, this kind of reminds me of, again, just what we were talking about earlier, when you hear a song and then 5 dances come out and you're like, well, out of these 5 dances, which one are we going to do? And we'll support whichever one we think, whichever one everybody else is kind of doing. Yeah. So we'll kind of support that. And not that we don't like the other ones.
Of course.
Sometimes, again, even here in Baltimore, where the floor is split, where one half of the room is doing one dance and then the other half of the room is doing another.
Right.
It was a dance, and I can't think of the name of it, but there have been 1 or 2 dances I can just remember clearly, where even if it's just Baltimore people, the floor has been split because one teacher will teach one dance and another teacher will teach another. And we like them both. And I don't think it's anything wrong with learning whatever versions you like. If you like all 5 of them, learn all 5,
Right. Because my thing is, you don't own the song. So, I mean, it could be 500 dances to the song, just choose, like you said, choose which one you like, whichever one we gravitate to, that's the one that we do. But we don't knock the other person for doing or creating a dance. We're all just being creative and doing what we love. And if that means, because my thing is, when I hear a song that I love, I'm not going to YouTube to see if you made a dance to it. If I'm an instructor, if I love the song, then who's to say who gets to make the dance first?
Yes.
And then nobody else can make a dance because I've already made a dance. I don't think that that's fair. I think that, hey, let us all make a dance, and we'll do your version Monday and his version on Tuesday. Give everybody a little bit of the clout and a little bit of the juice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, allows you to be creative with what you do too. It's just like when you sing. You go out and see someone sing, and it's like, I think I can do it a different way for my audience, and they appreciate it more because they're your fans.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
If I'm a line dance instructor, I'll tell you right now, I do what I like to do. I know my crowd. Some of my staff can't do all that flipping and flopping and all that stuff. If it's
Exactly. Yes.
And like I said, it's really no wrong answer. You just kind of so many dances and so many instructors. It's a big country.
Exactly.
People in the West Coast might not know.
Love to go around.
Yeah, we just like when I started when my first convention was Vegas 2014. They automatically split the floor. I think it was like Blur Line came out and they just split the floor. They tell you right off the bat, we're splitting the floor up for this dance. You can like sing.
Yeah. Right.
I think there was a Blur Line for every state.
Yes,
exactly.
He just said that in the chat. He said we had the same issue with blurred lines. That it was a bunch of different.
So he's been around for a while too. Yeah. Okay. Right. You know the deal.
Walter says he would like to know if Tirsa has any luck getting men in the class that she's in.
Yeah, well, so we do have a few men. Of course, it's just more ladies that dance than men.
Right.
At least in the classes that I'm in, there are more women. But we do have some couples that come So husband and wives will come, and then both classes that I'm in with Randy in April, there are a husband and wife that come, and it's a different set of husband and wife that come to the classes. But we have, some men come there, to check out the ladies and watch them dance sometimes. And then there are some men who actually just enjoy, like once they were able to pick it up, they realized it really wasn't that bad, and they were able to, they're able to enjoy it. I probably see more men on Wednesdays when we dance from 6 to 10, with all of the instructors and all of the line dance family. We just all come together and we just play the music and we just dance, and that's probably where I see the most men dancing. So people like Darnell McFadden, Primetime, dance with him. We dance with I believe Randy gave a big shout out to Jerome, AJD. It's quite a few people. We all see each other on Wednesdays and we dance together. So that's probably where I see the most men. There may be 2 or 3 of them that are sprinkled in the class
throughout, right?
Yeah.
I know why he's asking you that. See, he was one of the men in my class.
Okay.
A lot of men, and they asked me that same question: how you get all the men? I said, every man I see, I would ask. just ask. Just, man, look at these women, all these beautiful women up here. If nothing else, they love it when you at least try. You don't have to, we all mess up, but women love a man that can dance. They just really enjoy that. You're doing something together, but you can only do so much as an instructor, as a man, because we are really, we're going on a cruise. We're talking about 400 men, but we're talking about 2,400 women.
Yes, true. That's true.
What? Y'all gonna be tired. Y'all gonna be tired, Mr. Charles. Y'all gonna be real tired. Trying to keep up with all these women, y'all gonna be tired. Y'all have some good shoes. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Hey, did you sing happy birthday yet?
We did. She actually sang happy birthday for all of our April celebrants. Yes, she did. And we included you. Yes, we did.
Well,
it was rough for me singing that song. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you sung it? Well, you know what? No offense, but I want her to sing happy birthday.
Yes. No, I think she sounds so much better. So much better.
After that long trip, I deserve that. Because my birthday's in 2 weeks. The 27th. So
yes, we said okay.
And make sure you got your background with you over there at TW. Like last time.
All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Charles. Happy birthday to you.
Love it. Happy birthday. Now that's the one that should have been recorded, not mine.
It's my birthday next month too. I just want to keep going.
We will remember that.
Yes. Thank you. That was very. You see why I had him sing that?
Exactly. Yeah, they should have did it the first time because mine was horrible. Oh,
no, you did good, Tim. You did good. You did good. I'm proud of you. I
do have a birthday twin. What's her name? You see, Akila Lamore. That's my birthday twin. We were both born the same day, the same year.
Okay, nice. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Yes.
Yeah. That's her birthday twin. That's wonderful. So go ahead.
Gilbert says, let your students introduce to you which one they would like to do. We each one teach one, so I become the student. It's fun, and they respect and understand the time and diligence it takes to be an instructor. It's a win-win. Love that comment. Thank you.
Yes.
And then, let's see. Mr. Charles, I have been line dancing since 2003, year of my retirement. I missed you when you were in Denver. I know Chicago Edmonds. That's what Ray Too Cool says to you. And let's see.
Thank you. I miss them too.
My sister. My sister said, so because we sung happy birthday, so my sister said, come on, brother, that's my brother. So she's proud. She's proud of him. Okay, so let's get into some quick announcements here. So National Line Dance Week is the second Monday of September, and it was founded by Shirley Mitchell. It is September 9th. September 9th through the 14th of 2024. If you need more information, then I'm sure we can provide that to you. So just mark that on your calendar, September 9th through the 14th of 2024. If you haven't heard the jingle, the Let's Talk Soul Line Dance jingle comes on at the beginning of the show. It is also available on YouTube. If you want to create a dance to the jingle, we would love to share it on the podcast. Yours truly sung the lyrics and the song, so it would be so nice to be able to see that. So if you're interested, make sure you didn't know that, Mr. Charles, I sung the jingle. I do the jingle to Let's Talk Soul Line.
Talk to your mama. You wait to talk to her.
And he created the music. Yes, he created the music, and I sung the lyrics. What? So we wrote the song for her, sung the lyrics, created the music,
and recorded it right here.
In our studio.
I've been on here for over a year or so. She never said that.
I'm gonna get on her. She didn't tell you I sung. Yes, that's us. That is me singing, and that's my husband's music. All right. So the Line Dance Connection has classes on Tuesdays at 6:30 and Saturdays at 12:15. So if you are ever in the Tampa, Florida area, please make sure that you check out the Line Dance Connection on Tuesdays at 6:30, Saturdays at 12:15 in Temple Terrace at 6610 Whiteway Drive. Mr. Charles, we want to share where your line dance classes happen at?
Yes, it's at Macedonia Baptist Church on the 2nd and 4th Saturday of each month, which the 4th Saturday will be my birthday, in case y'all didn't know. That's
I love
it. 500 South Pine Street in Spartanburg. But I'll be doing stuff later on, like at the library. We'll talk about that later. But right now, that's my regular class right now.
Awesome. All right. So if you're ever in Spartanburg, make sure you check out Mr. Charles. And Tirsa, where are your line dance classes?
So I line dance every Tuesday at the League in Baltimore, Maryland. We dance from 5:55 to 8 o'clock. Beginners classes from 5:55 to 6:55, and then intermediate advanced classes from 6:55 to 8 o'clock. I also dance on Thursdays with April Johnson. Again, Don't Judge My Fitness. She dances at Mount Pleasant Church in Sedonia. Classes on Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30, and this is every Thursday. Nice. And if you're ever in Baltimore and you want to just come kick it with us, we dance every Wednesday at Crafty Crab from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
Nice.
Yes.
She definitely must tone it down. She got to tone it down.
Well, we are really particular about the type of songs we play because it is a church,
April, though. April be
we try to find the clean versions when we're in the church.
Praise God.
The rooftops, you heard, and they did Be More. Oh my God, I got her. Yes. They was all wow. Y'all have to see some of my videos. I'll be coming
out. We would love to. Listen, for those that don't know, my mom has a t-shirt line out. It's called Queen and King. It is at thelinedanceconnection.com/shop. So if you ever are in need of a queen shirt or a king shirt, make sure you check out thelinedanceconnection.com/shop so that you can get your t-shirts.
How are you doing?
My mom, somebody in the chat asked, where's the queen and how's the queen doing? So just to give you an update, my mom went to Vegas and got sick. She caught pneumonia. And she came back and went to the hospital. And so they kept her so that they could monitor her. Unfortunately, while they were monitoring her and keeping her overnight, she got a little more ill and had some other health issues going on, unexpected, that she didn't know about. And so, but to God be the glory, she is in rehab now. And I'm so proud of her. She took 12 steps yesterday, I think it was. She took 12 steps. Yes, they took her to rehab because she was in the hospital for about a month. She lost a lot of her strength in her legs. But they took her to rehab, and yesterday she walked 12 steps, which is huge.
Yeah.
And so we're very proud of her. I haven't got the number that she walked today, but I'm so grateful that she's determined. So she's like, I'm gonna dance again. So she is. They only asked her to take maybe about 5 steps on her own. So 12 is huge for her to be able to take those steps on her own. So she's doing good. She's in the chat. She's paying attention. She's actually posting some comments. So you want to wave at her, say hey to the queen.
Congratulations.
Yes. So there is a line dance historian. Her name is Linda Hardy, urban line dance historian. So if you go to urbanlinedancehistory.com, there's a lot of information there about line dancing and the urban line dance community. So big ups to Miss Linda Hardy, who takes much pride in making sure that the urban line dance history database and website stays current with all that amazing information. So thank you.
She was there, and I
talked. Oh, she was there. Nice.
She said that she loves what the podcast is doing. I was sitting there talking to her after the dinner, and she didn't really like to be on, but she just loves the fact that we're doing this, and we're like
nice.
Oh yeah, she's always awesome.
There. Yeah, that's awesome.
Queen, she wanted to let Queen. So
we're gonna do some shout outs, and Tirsa, we'll start with you. If you want to shout out to anybody, your family, your fellow line dancers, or anyone, this is your chance.
Yeah. First, I want to just thank God for the opportunity having me here. So shout out to you all for inviting me, specifically your mom for initiating. She saw me, she asked, and I'm appreciative of that. I do want to give a shout out to my husband and my sons who, although they don't line dance, they definitely encourage me and cheer me on.
Nice.
I want to give a shout out to Randy and April. Again, they were my first instructors. My friend Calithia, again, she was the one that introduced me to line dance. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sitting here. Yeah. Give a shout out to my crew. Lisa, Gabby, T, Mickey, these are my girls. They hold me down. We ride or die line dance together. These are my girls. So I want to also give a shout out to all of the crew that dances with us on Wednesday. So Lisa loves cinnamon and Yatis over at NXL. I also want to give a shout out to Miss Irma. She sells all the tickets for us. She keeps us updated with all the churches. All of the church announcements. We call them a church announcements. So all of the line dance events is going on. She keeps us updated with that. I also want to give a shout out to Be More Bouncers. They have an event coming up at the end of April. And I'm all the line dance crew, Darnell, McFadden, Primetime, like everybody that we dance with on Wednesday. So shout out to everybody in Baltimore, all of the teachers and instructors. I really appreciate you. They've been very supportive of me as I'm making this transition to be a line dance instructor. They encourage me all the time. So I appreciate all of them.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Very nice. Awesome. Okay. Mr. Charles, do you have shout outs you want to give?
She got everybody. I don't have no.
Perfect. All right.
No, I'm just playing. No, I want to give a shout out to. I always definitely want to give a shout out to my queen to still keep this thing going. Give a shout out to you guys. I want to meet you, Tara. I want to go ahead. Shout out to people on the side. I want to give a special shout out to those people that came to the ball. Make sure they get home safely. Because there was so many people there, and it really went well with that many people. People don't understand what it takes to do that. Always my beautiful, lovely, lovely wife that just kind of stole the show. She was just fantastic. Beautiful as ever, doing all that stuff. And I want to give a special shout out to my old baby and my new baby.
That's right.
Oh, baby, I'm a new baby. Oh my goodness, that's so awesome.
Lord.
Yes. Yeah. All right. How do you have any shout outs?
Well, always giving honor to God, and I also want to give a shout out to my mother-in-law. She's getting stronger, and it's it just brings a glow of happiness over our lives, over our family, to see that she's getting stronger and better, because there's going up upward direction is not always guaranteed. So we just thank God for her health and her growth and her strength. And I also would love to give a shout out to my wife for always just taking challenges head on and grabbing the horns of Let's Talk Soul Line Dance and just saying, you know what, Mom, I got you.
Yes.
And fortunately, when she got something, I got her, so it's us.
Yes,
that's how it works.
How it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Yes.
Thank you. So I want to give a shout out to first, like my husband said, to God be all the glory. We put him first in our lives. And shout out to my mom, my sister who's watching, all of the other people in the chat, to Tirsa being a guest on our show. Thank you so much. Shout out to you for accepting the invitation to come onto the show. And of course, likewise, like my husband said, I want to give a shout out to him. Whenever I'm into something, he got my back, and vice versa. So, we in the paint together. So we in the dirt, we in the mud, we in the whatever. We go up together, whatever it takes. We're in it together. And definitely to Mr. Charles, I want to appreciate you so much for always being supportive of my mom, for just being a soul and a ball of light. And I love that everybody loves you. That's amazing. To be, I'm not sure what your age is, but you're blessed to reach that age, and for everybody to, just love Mr. Charles. I think that's amazing. And I pray that, the continued glow and the blessings and all of the greatness that God has for you continues to be on your life. So shout out to you. And I thank you for calling my mom, for checking on my mom, for agreeing to be a part of her podcast, and everything that you put out into the world. I hope it comes back to you 1,000-fold. So thank you so much.
Amen.
I'll be 68. I'll be 68 in a couple of weeks.
Beautiful.
All right.
Shout out to 68. Shout out.
Doing great.
That's right. I love it. Just a few more comments in the chat. So, Yvonne, everybody sending prayers up for my mom. Walter says, "Hey Queen." Yvonne says, "Hey Queen, I love you." Melva says, "Hey Queen, we miss you." Ricky Pot says, "Hey Queen, we love you." And Reginald, Garcon?
Dr. Reggie. Yeah, that's what we call
Dr. Reggie. Thank you. Dr. Reggie says, "Lion Dance family love. Good vibes." Yes, always good vibes here. Always good vibes.
Yes.
All right. So last but not least, we want to give a toast to our guest today. Again, Tirsa, thank you so much for being on the show with us. You have made us have a great time. You have helped us to have a great time, great conversation.
Yes.
And we hope that you continue on your journey of becoming a line dance instructor, not anymore an undercover one, but an official one, so that you can call out those dances that you love to call out.
Yes.
And success and blessings to you and to your family, to your line dance family as well. And we look forward to having you on Let's Talk Soul Line Dance podcast again. So toast to you.
No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Charles, I got a question. What do you have in your cup? Because I know what we got in our cup.
Yes.
I want to know what you got in your cup.
I just came from the deal, so I had something. I actually had, and I don't really drink anymore because I went to drinking university. The U.S. Army. That's where they teach you how to drink. But I got some peach, Crown Royal peach, because that was my whatever name they was giving me and stuff. So
okay,
you getting ready for 27th.
All right,
getting ready for April 27th.
Getting ready for April 27th, huh?
Yeah. You only get one a year.
You only get one a year.
People are like, "Oh, it's my birthday." Really? You made it. Another one.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Birthday. We got to celebrate birthdays more. Now, are you my friend, Tara? Are you my friend on Facebook?
No, actually, I have a confession. Telling the truth here, I have a confession. So I am not on social media the way that I probably should to promote line dance or anything. And Randy for sure has been getting on me a little bit. Letting me know that I should be on social media a little bit more now that I'm kind of stepping up into the role of being an instructor.
Yeah,
I've been fighting them a little bit, but I'm getting better. 2024 is a year that I'm stepping up. I'm doing things differently. I'm being
of course,
better.
It's your choice, but when you're on there, it makes everything bigger because people just watch you and they know you, and the family gets bigger and bigger and bigger through that.
Yes,
because that's how so many people know me a lot. Because right now, when I get back after I get on the phone with y'all, I have to get rid of like 10 people on my Facebook page, and that's a hard thing to do because I got all these new people that I done met People say, well, Mr. Charles, you got 5,000 friends. I don't know 5,000 people. I don't know them people.
Exactly. That's
So the
me.
people,
They want to be your friend because you're popular, Mr. Charles. You're popular.
The other ones that I hung out with and I did things with, and those are the ones that I really, no offense to anybody else, but those are the ones that I really, and I want to get them. It's going to be hard because every time I look at one, oh yeah, okay, I like him. Oh yeah, it's a hard thing. I'm sorry, y'all.
Don't let me go on my Facebook page and find out you done unfriended me now, Mr. Charles.
They said they gonna check.
I'm gonna check. That's right. We gonna check our page and see and make sure you ain't
unfriended. Tell me like hi or something. Let me know you're alive.
Yeah.
Love it. Listen, to everybody that is watching, this is all you have to do. I promise you the blessings will come back to you 1,000-fold. We declare it and we decree it. If you donate $1 to the Let's Talk Soul Line Dance podcast, we will keep this podcast going. We will be able to bring you so many amazing guests and events and keep you updated on things that are happening all across the U.S. and even around the world with line dancing. So the opportunity is now. Take advantage of the opportunity now to be a blessing. $1 goes a long way. So if you go and donate through Cash App, $, the LDC, or Zelle 813-407-1216. We would so much appreciate you, and it will be a blessing to my mom and to the Let's Talk Soul Line Dance podcast to keep it going. So I'm challenging every single person that's watching and listening, pick up your phone right now and go to your Cash App and send a blessing, a financial blessing, so that this podcast can keep going. Doesn't go to me, doesn't go to my husband. It goes to keep the podcast going. But we definitely want to keep this going. So thank you in advance for your support. And Tirsa, don't forget, when you start talking about all the beautiful and wonderful things that you have done moving forward, please make sure that you don't forget to add the Let's Talk Soul Line Dance to your bio, that you have been a guest on this podcast, because we popping over here. We popping.
That's right. That's right.
We popping over here.
Yes.
And for anyone that's listening, if you're interested in being a guest on the Let's Talk Soul podcast, please reach out to Queen Sheila. The phone number is on the screen, or you can reach out to Mr. Charles, who is available to take your information as well. We have their email addresses here for you to look and copy down. Queen Sheila with a W at gmail.com. And Mr. Charles is DOSCharles56@yahoo.com. All right. We're about to close out, but before we do, we have to have our trivia break. So I'm going to go to the comment section so we can see who chimes in the fastest. And Tirsa, we're going to start with you. So we want you to ask a question about anything we've talked about during this entire 1 hour and 25 minutes during the podcast. And we're going to see who chimes in first. So make sure you get your fingers on those keyboards or on that phone and get ready to chime in. So here we go. Ask your question.
Yes, I think my question would be, what did I say was the reason why I started to call out steps for line dancing?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
Good one. So we're watching the chat, trying to see who chimes in first. What was the reason Tirsa says she started to call out the steps for line dances?
Yes.
What was her reason for saying she does that? I know everybody's typing away. You play some do 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 do.
Yeah, I used to have that, but you can't hear it anymore. I used to have it.
Yes.
Come on. We have Carla Gray chimed in first. She said to remember it yourself. Is that the right answer?
That is correct, because I would forget and I would mess up. So I had to call those steps so I could remember. She's absolutely
good job.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And also Gilbert chimed in and said the exact same thing, to teach herself. So thank you for those responses. We appreciate that.
Yes.
All right. You have a question?
Well, let's see. We talked about this a little earlier, and it's a little near and dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the month that Tirsa was born in?
Oh,
that is a good one.
You like how he prefaced that, right? Tirsa?
Exactly.
He had to throw that extra on there. But I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm gonna let y'all have it. I ain't gonna be mad.
Yes.
But what was the month that they were born in?
Hey! All right.
Carla been paying attention,
baby.
baby.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
2 for 2, Carla. Thank you so much for paying attention. So Carla said they were both born. Hey, Melva chimed in too. That they were born, that Tirsa was born in October.
Yes.
Fine, we'll let the October birthdays have it.
You know, Carla is
I'm not salty.
Carla's at the UK. Y'all know that, don't you? Carla's in the UK.
That?
Carla's in the UK.
Oh wow! Okay.
So she kind of long distance. Yeah, it's late there.
Wow. Well, thank you, Carla, for staying up and chopping it up with us in the chat. You are killing it. It ain't late for you because you are on top of your game right now. Okay? She's ready. All right. My question is, can you name one instructor that Tirsa normally dances with? She called out 2 names quite a few times during the podcast. So we just are looking for one name. Walker said Carla can't play no more.
Yeah, you see one of my students.
Walker said, Carla, you can't play no more. All right, we just need one name. Hey, here we go. Okay. Gwen Jackson said April Johnson. Is she correct?
Yes.
I think you froze a little. She froze a little bit on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, Gwen Jackson said April Johnson. Is that correct?
I'll answer for her, yeah.
Yes, okay. Somebody said April Williams, April Johnson, same person. So that one went to Gwen Jackson. Perfect. Okay, so listen, Carla is now she has 2 points, okay? So everybody else only has 1 point going on. So Mr. Charles, we're gonna let you ask a question. So that we can see if Carla gets it or if someone else gets it, then we'll have a tiebreaker. But right now, Carla has 2 points. Yes. You have a question?
Oh, wow. Well, see, I wasn't here. When was the last time the podcast was 1 hour?
Yes, wow. April Johnson. They are.
You'll never guess because it's never been 1 hour. We always say it's gonna be 1 hour.
But listen, it gets so good. You know, it gets so good. We have such a good time. Listen, we just the podcast stand-in host, and we having a good time. We just the podcast stand-in
Well, see,
host.
I have to go back and listen to it because I don't really know what was said.
Oh, we lost Tirsa.
Probably disconnected to reconnect.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So I'll ask one more question. Where does Tirsa live? Where does she do line dance classes at? Where does she where does she have her line dance classes? Where does Tirsa line dance? Where are her line dance classes?
She's still frozen.
Hey! Okay, Gwen Jackson. Walter, which one you watching? Walter talking about Tampa.
He was at our table last night. He probably still out there in Richmond. Oh, he is still out there. He's still out there.
In and out.
He was drinking too.
Okay, so Gwen Jackson said Baltimore, Maryland. All right, so where's Miss let's see, go back. Miss Carla. So Miss Carla has 2 and Miss Gwen has 2. So we have to ask one more question to have a tiebreaker. So this question is between Miss Carla and Miss Gwen. All right, so this only for Miss Carla and Miss Gwen. So please get your finger on that keyboard or on that phone and get ready to type your answer because we have a tiebreaker question. Tirsa, are you there? Is she frozen again?
Yes.
Tirsa?
He's doing his sign language. He can't do nothing.
Oh boy. Oh, okay.
I'm back now.
Can you hear? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Back.
So we have to have a tiebreaker question. So we have Miss Carla Gray and Miss Gwen Jackson. They both have 2 points. All right. So this is for the win. So they have their fingers on the keyboards and on their phones. So you have to ask one last question for either one of them to chime in first, and they are going to win a prize. So here we go. What's the question? Something we talked about.
Let's see. I don't know. I'm stumped. Let me see.
TW said he's gonna help you out.
Okay. Yes. So there's a particular position when an instructor is in the front and Tirsa's in the back. So what is that position called?
Yes. That's a great question.
That is a great question. I love it. Come on.
Oh, they really had to have been paying attention for them to remember.
Yes, they did.
Yes.
That was a good one. Oh, they stuck. Are they stuck? Oh, they might be stuck. I don't see no movement in the chat. Something going on. Oh, Gwen is like, I don't have. Okay, Miss Carla, where you at? Where you at now?
What Gwen put on that dot?
Come on. Where you at? Come on, please.
I don't know. We might have stumped him with that.
Might have stumped him with this one.
Yep.
Oh, come on. You got him. That's good.
That was a good one.
All right. So listen, the prize was going to be for one person, and they were going to get $20. So now I have to break it up.
Can I answer?
Okay, so listen, Miss Gwen and Miss did somebody say something? Somebody said, "Come on, Gwen Jackson."
Ray said undercover instructor.
Nope. So, all right, so it's over. We've already decided that they're just going to get $10 a piece. So, Miss Carla and Miss Gwen, do me a favor and put your Cash App information in the chat so that you can get your prize money, please. But the answer is, Miss Tirsa, please tell them.
The answer is feet on the back wall.
Feet on the back wall was the answer.
Walter's
I love it. That was a fantastic question.
That was a good one. A really, really good
That was a really good one. But yes, please put your information in the chat so that we can send you your prize money. Thank you all so much for participating and playing trivia with us. I love trivia. I think I'm going to be in my next life. I'm going to be a trivia host because I love trivia. All right. So last thing, Miss Tirsa, we want you to give us the dance of the week. What dance would you like for everybody to go to YouTube and check out and learn this week?
So I'm going to give everybody the dance that has stumped me. And as much as I've talked about beginners dances, I love doing more intricate dances. And this week, the dance that has stumped me is Chris Blues' new dance. Why am I not remembering the name? Having a brain fart, but it's Chris Blues' newest dance that he just put out.
Okay.
And I am struggling to learn this new dance, but I love it.
The audience knows it. Maybe the audience knows it.
They may know it, but I'm struggling. It's hard.
Chris Blue, you said, right?
Chris Blues, yes.
Chris Blues.
Yes.
Okay. Chris Blues. Let's see if we can find it. Chris Blues. Is it Blues?
Yes.
Okay. So Chris Blues. Let's see if somebody is in the chat helping us out. Chris Blues. Thank you. Great podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Miss Carla says take hers as a donation. Thank you. Miss Gwen, we got yours, so we will send yours to you. Let's see. Chris Blues.
Say less.
Say less.
Say less. That's his new
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Like
let me put it over here so we can have it here. So Chris Blue.
Yes.
Say, is it Blues? Oh, it's just Blue, right? Blue.
Okay.
Chris Blue, say yes. Let me show it. There we go. All right. Dance of the week. Chris Blue, say yes. Is that right?
S on the end of blues.
Oh, it is Blues?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
At least the one that I see. Yes.
Okay, no problem. Let's see.
All right. Yeah, Chris Blues.
Okay. Got it. There we go.
Say less. Sorry.
Oh, say less.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Say less. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for helping me. Make sure I'm right. Say less.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay.
That's the dance that stumped me this week. Yes.
Okay.
Learning that one.
Say less. I'm gonna have to look at it. Is it gonna have me like Tamia turning to the left back?
Oh, it's a tad bit more intricate than that one.
Oh, geez.
You know what? I think one of the things that I appreciate with sometimes the more intricate dances is once you learn it, you realize it really wasn't as bad as when you first started trying to learn it.
Right.
And then you can do it, and then then people look at you and say, "Oh, you're an amazing dancer." Right.
I love it. Okay, dance of the week. Make sure you check out Chris Blues. Say yes. We're gonna be talking about this on the podcast next week because Tirsa, if I go and flip backwards and break something, listen. I need to come to Baltimore. Okay.
You find out it's a 32 count.
Right. Exactly. I'm gonna be all messed up. But I'm gonna go check out Chris Blues. Say less. I got this. I can do this.
Yes.
So Chris Blues, say less. We got it. All right. Okay, Mr. Charles, you want to close us out? I think we have. Let's see.
Who's next week? That's the main thing. Who we got next week?
Leah Thomas is next week. We have special guest Leah Thomas will be joining us next week. She's a podcast. She's a podcast. Sorry. She's a line dance instructor. So she will be joining us next week. I'll put the flyer out right after this podcast so everybody can see it. But yes, like, share, and subscribe so that you know who's coming up next on the podcast. So everybody said this was a great podcast. Thank you so much. Trying to hold it down for my mom. Yes, shout out to my mom. I love you, mama. Somebody said they appreciate how much I hold my mom down and how much I represent for my mom. I do it because I love her. I only have one, and she means a lot to me. I turn into Layla Ali about my mama. So, but I appreciate Tirsa again for you being a guest on the show. I know my mom thanks you. I speak for her when she says thank you. This is her baby, and so for you agreeing to be a guest on her podcast, it means the world to her. So I know, like I said, I speak for her when I say thank you from the very bottom of her heart, as well as ours and Mr. Charles for being a guest on the show. And we will definitely have to have you back again. So make sure you hurry up and get that instructor title so that we can back on the show talking about the live Genesis. Exactly.
We're gonna call you instructor.
I appreciate
it. Listen, I went through 3-4 planes to get here for your money.
Yes. I know. I believe.
Yeah, because I could have easily just like sat back and I said, no. I was telling my wife, no, because you're out here doing this. And I said, at least I can do it if I get here in time. Because I didn't know about it to remember. She told you during the week. Remember you said you was going to like charge me a penalty or something like that? I don't know if you remember. But yeah, no, honesty, like you said, for her, like you said, the way I feel about her when she, she's that type of person, that kindness.
Yes.
I would do that for her. When I get a chance to meet people I don't know, that's what the podcast. Sometimes everybody, because you don't know them, you don't think no one knows them. But in this podcast, we get out there for everybody. The ones that people know, and the one that people don't know. It's just as important. You're just as important as anybody else. Anybody else has been out there trying to start and trying to get it together. So it's a wonderful podcast. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that.
Yes. Ray says Mr. Charles has been a great asset to the podcast. And Gilbert says, nice to meet you, Tirsa.
Yes.
Boston says, long live the queen. And Gilbert says, have a great week on purpose, with purpose, and in purpose. That's awesome. And my mom is saying, thank you, Natasha, Terry, Mr. Charles, Tirsa, and all those that tuned in. Love you. That's from my mom who is watching.
Thank you.
Yes. So that is the end of our show. We had an amazing time,
Yes,
and
yes.
can't wait to do it again. So make
Yes.
sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that button to subscribe so that you get notified when the Let's Talk Soul Line Dance podcast goes live, and you'll get to see my mom in just a few weeks. Prayers up. She's doing so good. We're claiming that she will be back sitting in front of you guys in no time. So keep her in your prayers, and continue to be blessed, everyone. Mr. Charles, you have any final words?
Well, I think Tisbeth need to go. You probably need to go feed your husband. He said he was hungry.
He already cooked. She got that on lock.
Okay. Make sure he gets something to eat, because I know I'm hungry. I can tell you that right.
Yes. She got that on lock. She already took care of that.
It was nice meeting you. I have to go back. Since you guys don't want to do it again all over for me, I'm going to have to go back again. Everybody, check it out. If you're not, we tell people all the time, even if you're not there, you can still check it out because it's being recorded.
Yes.
But you know, your mom always says, she always ended with, love is no good.
Love is no good unless you give it away. And
away.
Here's
some
flowers.
That's right.
Make my call tomorrow. All right. And I'll get with you too, Natasha, during the week.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Tirsa, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you for having me. Yes. The same to you all. Yes, thank you everybody in the chat.
Everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.